Howdy there, Chimp Champ. Welcome back to One Great Manga War. Hopefully you are having a fantastic day today. And today, we're going to be talking about what I am looking for in a series. So without further ado, let's jump into it. So when I jump into a series, what am I expecting and what am I wanting from a story? And for me, it's two things. These things can be separated or they can be together. It doesn't matter. As long as the series has one of these things, I'm pretty happy. So let's talk about an escapism series. For me, an escapism series is a series that takes this one thing and it's like, okay, so you see this? This is vastly different, out of this world, very different. What problems you're dealing with really aren't put in the story. It's mostly about this dude doing these things that you can't do. And that, for me, is super interesting and fun because, we have a very limited time on this earth, and there's some things that we simply cannot do or we'll be able to do. So if a series can give me that type of stuff that I can't do normally, that's dope. So for example, Bleach, Death Samurai. Amazing. Freaking great. For me, Bleach is literally just an extremely fun, just shut off your brain, eat junk food. Junk food shonen, in my opinion. It's super solid, and it deals with stuff that isn't very... it doesn't deal with, everyday problems, except for, very short moments. And if they deal with those problems, then that's great, because it's already put in a world that does not exist in ours, and it, puts it in there very thoroughly. Ichigo goes through a very distinct pattern of wanting to protect others, and at the end of the Soul Society, and one of my favorite moments in those series when he comes back to Earth, and he's like, crap, I'm not strong enough, I couldn't beat them, I'm weak, that moment was so freaking good to me, because they hooked me in with the escapism part, and then they threw me back into the real world, and they're like, hey, here's something that you may want, food for thought, think about this for a second, And after they, stop and think about it, okay, good. We thought about that for a second. All right, let's go back to, the escapism part. And that was really freaking cool for me. Bleach is such a great, like I said, junk food shonen. You just turn your mind off and just eat it, this is great. Read more of it, more of it, more of it, more of it, until it's over, and you're like, well, crap. Well, I gotta find a new one. That's the same thing for me with Toriko. Toriko is another great series and a great example of escapism in my series. These dudes are buff. These guys are freaking buff, eating food, getting stronger, beating the crap out of stuff that's so freaking overblown and powerful. It's insane. And I absolutely love every moment of it. This is another one of my series that I would consider junk food shonen for its escapism, that I'll just read, turn my brain off, and not really think about a lot. But the most common one that you are probably thinking of is Dragon Ball. It's the shrine over here. Dragon Ball is a series that is perfect at escapism, as it gives you this character who, sure, albeit has problems, doesn't go through growth that much. He doesn't experience that much growth as a character. And because of that, you can just kind of shut your brain off and not think about a lot. You just watch Goku, struggle and get through all the struggles he's getting through. As long as he's able to do it, that's all that matters, He doesn't, sure, he trains, it gets hard, it gets really hard, the stuff, and he's having to train and stuff. While that can be inspiring for you, it's no problem for Goku, you're like, man, this character is training on hours and hours on end to get his goal, and it inspires me to do that, That's something that escapism can do, but, and that's one of the best things about Dragon Ball is, it's super inspiring watching Goku go through that type of stuff. But it's not like, hey, get out of La La Land, wake up, stuff's going crazy, sometimes you need that in the day, you'll come back from work after a really hard day, your brain's fried, and you're like, I've worked all day, I've done everything I need to, and now I just want to relax and rest a little bit. Sit down and read a junk food shonen, as I like to call it. And those are what give it to me. Another series I've read recently, I've watched recently, that I've really enjoyed, that is, I would consider another escapism thing, because it's literally an isekai, which is when someone from out of this world comes into a world that's not theirs or whatever, has been Konosuba. And Konosuba's been freaking hilarious. If you have not watched the anime for Konosuba, You should definitely watch it. Everybody in that show's a jerk, and it's so freaking funny. And the second thing that I look for in a manga, like I said, these don't have to be put together, they can be separate, is realism. I know, I just talked about escapism and how much I love it, but realism and the grit and the needy and the slap in the face is something I absolutely adore in some series. It's like, you'll be sitting there reading it and you're like, dang, if I can't escape from my problems even if I'm reading this book, I need to do something with my life and I need to fix it, And mangas, and comic books for that matter, do this absolutely phenomenally. For example, Spider-Man. Oh my word, Spider-Man's freaking amazing. Superman. Oh my word, Superman's freaking amazing. I love their character. I love who they are as people. I love seeing them go through growth and struggle. All-Star Superman's absolutely phenomenal. Made me fall in love with Superman. Spider-Man, Ultimate Spider-Man, oh my word. Watching this teenager who's scared and afraid go through trial after trial, slowly growing as a person, learning to use his powers for the greater good and not for the selfishness that a normal average teenager would do. Oh my word, it's gorgeous, it's beautiful. We got GTO, where we get characters who are very similar to people in your own relative life who are struggling with stuff like depression, anxiety, suicide, and it's all put in a series where this main character is this super cool dude who just helps out people, and it's just absolutely stunning. Kaguya-sama Love is War, where you take something like, where you have like feelings for someone, and you're like, oh, should I do it, should I not? And it makes it this comedy series where it's like, oh my goodness, this is so stupid, they should just talk to each other. And it doesn't happen because they're human beings, These are realistic people who are dealing with struggles and are shown in manga. And it's just so freaking great. And then, those are those special series which are able to combine the two and make a fantastic series from it. And my go-to pick when I'm talking about this is One Piece. Oh my word, One Piece is just amazing at everything it tries to do. You already know this if you've watched my discussion topics. You've probably talked to me about it because, oh my word, One Piece is great at what it does for escapism and realism. The characters deal with so much crap, make them very realistic, and the world that is built in One Piece is so big and gorgeous, just astounding, and it just combines my two things I want in the series, escapism and realism, puts them together into this wonderful, wonderful series known as One Piece. And I am not the only one who thinks this little combination is absolutely amazing. You can look at the sales, you can look at the reviews. One Piece is the most sold series of all time. I believe it's coming up to Batman. Batman is about to get kicked off for One Piece, and that's just honestly amazing. This series absolutely deserves it. The praise it gets, the world it's built is just absolutely stunning. The feelings, the characters, it's just all gorgeous. And it's all put in this really nice package that I cannot get more of. So yeah, that's what I look for in my manga or comic books, or just honestly series in general. So yeah, thank you for watching my beautiful, beautiful Chimp Champ. Hopefully you are having a fantastic day. And as always, go out there and read some manga, my friend.